Khor has built a successful career in leading organisations such as Kraft Foods and Simplot in product and marketing management. But after experiencing the worst side of the recruitment industry, she decided to leave behind that career to start her own specialist recruitment consultancy. So over the last 17 years, that business has evolved into Chorus Executive, that's how it's known now. And Christine is here to teach us how to pretty much take control of our own brand. And we all, have our own brand, whether it be your business or who you are. So using your personal and leadership brand to build and grow your business and to build your success. So please look at your screens as I welcome to the stage Much Love Business Chicks Premium member, Christine Khor.
My father, growing up, was a lawyer, and he used to tell me that when he was hiring secretaries, he'd look out the window and watch them go from the car to the building, and that he'd know before they reached the building whether or not he'd hire them, which I thought was the worst thing I had ever heard. I was like, you just described discrimination to me. That's horrible. And he said, and it's the truth, so go comb your hair. And so, I just kind of knew that the world works this way. We discriminate based on a first look on everybody. And so that's where Dress for Success came from.
Good afternoon, everyone. It takes 7 seconds to create an impression and to make a first impression. Since I've been standing here, you guys are all making judgments on me. Whether they're conscious or unconscious, you're making a decision about whether I've got credibility, whether I've got expertise, whether you like me or you don't. You've also made that impression of everybody out here. What I want you to do for the next 7 seconds, I want you to think about the judgments you've made on me and perhaps the judgments that you've made on others. Can we cue the 7 seconds, please? I don't think I'll be very good at having an affair because I don't get dressed really quickly. So, when I stood there, you had an impression of me. You now have a different impression, which is I'm not very good at having affairs. I haven't changed from before to now, right? I'm still as intelligent, I'm still as funny, I'm still as short, except for I've got heels on. But who do you think would win the game if I went into the boardroom or if I went in for a job interview? Sadly so, what happens 70 years ago when that video was taken, we judge people on the way they look. And we are harsher on women than we are on men. It's just a fact, it's not fair, it just is. So who would you work for? Who would you employ? Who would you join the boardroom? I think I know the answer. It's this one. Oh, I forgot my hair too. Okay. So who am I to talk to you about personal branding or leadership branding? I started my career in marketing, so my job was about creating emotional connections between products and services and individuals. I then moved into recruitment, and as a recruiter, my job is to create emotional and profitable connections between employers and employees. As a coach, I work with people to realise their dreams, and as a business owner, I've built brands. All that together means that today's the era for me, bringing technology and brands and people together. So over the next 20 minutes, I'm going to share with you as much as I can about how to drive your personal brand and your leadership brands to get the opportunities that you deserve and want. Personal branding and leadership branding are interconnected, but two different things. Personal branding is about me. So about you as the individual. So who's here because they are an employee and you want to get the next job? Yep, okay. Who's here because you either are a manager in a business or you're building your own business? Okay, wow. So the majority of people here are probably interested in leadership branding. So the personal branding piece is around how do I position myself in the marketplace to get the next job? Leadership branding is how do I position myself as an expert and a thought leader to attract sales opportunities, to attract talent, to attract joint venture opportunities. So both aligned but slightly different objectives. As an employee, 90% of recruiters and employers are looking at your LinkedIn profile when you go for a job. Right? So it's really important that your profile looks amazing. 7 seconds you've got to make an impression in person, 7 seconds online as well. Most of you don't know, there's quite a few young people here, maybe a few over 40, I don't know. But way back when, I used to book a hotel or a restaurant on a holiday by seeing a flat ad in the yellow pages or a billboard. Today, who does that? None of us do that. We would not book a restaurant, book a hotel, book a holiday without looking at TripAdvisor, Google reviews, etc. Zomato, whatever, whatever technology's out there. Your LinkedIn profile is like your own website or TripAdvisor. It's a thing that tells people that you're either great at what you do as an employee or great as a business person. So it's critical that you get that right. And it defines your profession. And as a professional. And it's not about LinkedIn is only for executives and not for administrative staff or junior staff. My EA is a lady called Amy, and I love Amy. And before she came to work with us, she always thought LinkedIn was just for, the bosses. But as she worked with us, she realised that it's not about that. Heaven forbid, and I know it's going to happen one day, Amy will leave us. But because of what she's been doing over the years with us, when someone's looking at her for the next EA job or any other job that she wants to get, they're going to see that she has an opinion, that she's articulate, that she has strong views about things, and that she's putting herself out there and she's really damn good at her job. So she's an EA, but she could be many other things. So please don't think just because you're this role or this role that it's not suitable for you, because it absolutely is. As an employer, or as a person building your business, again, 75% of top talent are looking at you before they want to join you. Great talent is not looking for just a pay packet and a title. They want to be inspired, they want to be challenged, they want to be valued, they want to be acknowledged. So they want to know that you're an inspiring leader. As a business owner, any potential customers coming to you want to know that you're really damn good at what you do. So, ladies, put yourself out of your comfort zone. You actually got to boast a little bit. You've got to tell people that you're actually good at what you do. 60% of candidates would take a pay cut to work for an inspiring leader or inspiring brand. So once again, the more your profile is telling people how great you are about what you do, the more people are going to want to work with you. And finally, your staff can be your unofficial recruiters. If you're building your business, your suppliers, your customers can be your unofficial sales force. The more they're talking about how wonderful you are, the things that you're doing, the value that you've added to them, the more people are going to be attracted to you, because we all want to be attracted to winners, right? Nobody wants to be attracted to a loser. Do we? Well, I've been there, I'm sure you have too. Okay, so what contributes to your brand? It's how you look and present yourself, right? So think about, are you presenting yourself in person and online in a flat structure, not at all how you want to be seen, or actually are you standing up there owning it? It's what you say and what you do. So your LinkedIn profile cannot be static. You can't just put it up there and expect everybody to come to you. I say it's a bit like going to a speaking event and just standing there. Can't do that. You've actually got to participate, you've got to interact, you've got to say something. It's what your values are and what you stand for. So if you go to my LinkedIn profile, you will see a whole lot of stuff about all the amazing things that we do at Khor Executive, but you'll also see a lot about the Hunger Project. So the Hunger Project's here, I'll just give them a plug. I'm heavily involved in the Hunger Project, so from that you'll get a sense of what's important to me. My community is important to me. Education and empowerment of women is important to me, and you will see that by my LinkedIn profile. It's who you associate with. So we all judge people by the company they keep, right? So who are you connected to on LinkedIn? Who is your tribe on LinkedIn? Make sure it's a valuable tribe to you, that you are adding value to them and they are adding value to you. And it's okay to social weed, ladies. Social weeding means get rid of people that you do not want in your social network, either in real life or in virtual life. Do not clutter up your networks and your time with people that you are not helping, but who are not helping you. And finally, for an organisation, it's about employees attracting other employees. People want to work in organisations where employees get to do great stuff. So if your employees are saying great stuff about your business, about how they've been challenged and the promotion they got and the good work you've done, they're going to attract more people. And you think the average person has 600 connections on their LinkedIn. So if one of your employees says how amazing they're enjoying their time, they tell 600 people who tell 600 people who tell 600 people. All of a sudden, sadly, you don't need recruiters as much, right? Because you're doing your own recruitment. How does it benefit you? To be found and seen. I suppose my analogy here is that, any amazing product, whether it be a Mecca Cosmetica, makeup or a Nike shoe, if you just put it there but never advertised it, it would never be sold. So you've got to put yourself out there so that you can be found. It's about increasing your exposure and your business attraction, and it's about creating those strategic networks that add value. Technology now allows us to connect with people from 15 or 20 years ago, right? So all of a sudden you work with somebody amazing years ago, you can now connect with them and they can add value to you and you add value to them. And I just want to make sure that it's reciprocal. It's a relationship and it's a two-way relationship. It's not just about what you can get, it needs to be about what you can give as well. It builds profile, credibility and positions you as a thought leader only if you use it properly. And finally, attracts talent. Now, I want to take you through a few do's and don'ts. 1, accept that your online presence is really important. Do not go under the radar, ladies. We need to stand up and we need to ask, we need to position ourselves and tell people that we are great at what we do. There's a line between that and being too much of a show-off, and I know that, but I tell you the line is much higher than where we are sitting today. Tell your story and share your expertise. Your LinkedIn profile is not the cut and paste of your CV. I just want to say that, right? If you think about when you sell a house, you've got the shiny brochure, right? That's a little bit inaccurate, but it tells you all the wonderful things about the house. Then you've got the architectural drawings that tell you all the, measurements and the shapes and all that sort of thing. Your LinkedIn profile is the shiny brochure. Tell the story, entice people, excite people. Share your opinions. We as women generally do not like to be too controversial. We don't like people not to like us, right? We all want to be liked. I live by a theory of a third, a third, a third. A third of you here today think that I'm amazing. You think I'm clever, you think I'm intelligent, you think that I'm funny, you think I'm all sorts of wonderful things. There's a third of you over here that think, yeah, whatever. I've just seen 2 people walk out already. So they're the ones that in my 30% that don't like me, right? Okay? So there's other ones that are thinking, I would walk out, but I don't want to be seen to be walking out, right? You don't like me, and probably nothing I do is going to make you like me. And then there's a group of you in the middle that go, yeah, all right. I wouldn't pay for you to see you again, but you're okay. You might have a few tips, right? That's generally how life goes. If I change so that these people like me more, so I become a little bit more quiet, or I am not so controversial, or I don't swear, then some of these people might like me, but then these people over there are going, what the? She is so boring now. I'm not interested in going out with her at all. So the reality is it's a third, a third, a third. A third love you, a third hate you, and a third really don't care. So then just be yourself, because you're still only going to get a third. Same thing with your opinions, right? A third of people are going to hate what you say, and they might argue back. A third of people are going to love it, a third of people so just put it out there. Don't be rude, don't be, remember it's a professional context, but put it out there. Romance people you want to connect with. All right, I'm in a bar, guy comes up. Babe, can I have your number? Think of that. Man comes up. You look really gorgeous today, lovely. Would I be able to buy you a drink? Where'd you get your hair done? I think you're gorgeous. You've got the most beautiful eyes, and then starts talking about himself. Who's going to get your number? Babe or not babe? Romance, same with LinkedIn. Do not send a request out going, connect with me. That's like saying, babe, give me a number. Romance, why do you want to connect? What value can you add? How wonderful you think their profile is. Make an effort to get to know them. Don't forget the importance of security and privacy. Online platforms are not owned by us. Facebook, LinkedIn, Insta, they all own that. So at any time they can change your settings. So please make sure that you go and look at your settings every month or so to make sure that your privacy settings are set as you wish them to be. Now I want to tell you a story about an amazing woman that I was coaching. And the managing director asked me to coach her because he saw her as the next successor. And we did some work and she was doing great guns. She went on holiday one year and she, unbeknownst to everybody, is a bikie chick. Right? So all I can imagine is visualise Sons of Anarchy. People watch Sons of Anarchy, right? Mini skirt, low top, right? Now I wanted to say it's none of our business. It is none of our business. People can wear what they want to wear. The fact that she liked mini skirts had nothing to do with the fact that she was an amazing, amazing person at what she did and highly respected by her manager, the managing director. This is not my view. This is actually anti what Chorus Executive and I personally stand for. But the reality is, within 24 hours of that, she posted a picture of Instagram of her dressed, with bikies in a Sons of Anarchy outfit. It went around to the point that it got to me. And the reality is, if she ever goes for a board role or a managing director's role and that picture comes up, there's going to be judgments around her. Totally unfair, but it's going to happen. Same thing is, if a guy turned up too with tattoos, funny shirt with bikie gang, probably the same thing would happen. But what I'm saying is, make sure that you're careful about what you post, because what you post is out there forever. Don't wait to lose 5 kilos before getting a professional photo. We all got to lose 5 kilos, right? I wear stretchy pants now because I lose 5 kilos. I was coaching a senior executive. She was a CEO of a publicly listed organisation. She was being interviewed by the Fin Review and the Australian, and we were working with her and I said, right, now we've got to do your profile. And she said, no, not going to do it till I lose 5 kilos. I said, sweet, you've got to do your profile. People are looking at you. You can see all the people looking at you. She said, I'm just not doing it. And I went, you're the CEO of a publicly listed company. What are you doing? And she said, I'm not doing it. I said, do you think the fat men out there are worried about their 5 kilos? She said, no, and I don't care. Now, that's her choice. But the reality is, don't let your vanity stop your career or stop your business growth. Right? It's really important to stand up and be strong whether you've got that 5 kilos to lose or not. Don't be afraid to show your personality and passion, and I've talked about that before, about being strong in your opinions, having an opinion and being involved. And don't disregard how your brand reflects your organisation. Right? Because now LinkedIn is a professional network. So it's about how do you position yourself for the best for your business or best for your work career. You don't necessarily need to put all your personal stuff about what happened on the weekend. That's for Facebook and Instagram and other things. LinkedIn is purely about how does everything that you communicate, how does that benefit your career or your organisation. So, summary, and I've got 2 minutes left. LinkedIn is your shiny brochure. Make sure that you spend the time and effort to make sure your shiny brochure is as shiny as possible. Share your stories, your opinions, your expertise. Remember the 30-30-30 rule. Don't worry if some people don't like you. That's just reality. Take control of your brand and don't let it sit stagnant. Now, I'm going to say that about women. Your life, your career, your profile, do not stand stagnant. We as women we are brought up to wait. We wait to be asked for a date. We wait to be asked to be married. We wait for the promotion. Don't wait for the promotion. Go and ask for it. Stand up and ask. Keep on top of your entire presence. So that's really, really important. As I said, Sons of Anarchy, it doesn't want to be, and I'm not judging what anybody does. I love that, but be careful where you put it out because other people are making judgments on you. And the most important thing is be authentic. Be yourself. The more yourself you are, the better you can be in whatever you choose to be, and the happier you will be. And remember, first impressions matter. Now, we're at stand 3 over there, and we are conducting mini coaching and personal branding and leadership branding audits. So if you'd like to do that, go over there and book in. And we have actually got a book coming out next February called The Dream Job Journal. So if you would like to put your name on the wait list for that. And I have 1 minute. So if anybody's got any questions, I'm happy to answer any.
So if you have a brand being the brand of your business, but then you've also got your own social media, so you've got people following what you do, but then you've also got your brand. Is it just trying to manage the whole social media posts around each outcome that you want?
Yeah, so I've got a brand that's Khor Executive, and that's my company brand, but then I've also got the brand Christine Khor. So Christine Khor's standing here today talking about whatever I'm talking about, but then I have, Khor's executive brand that does all these other things. So yeah, it is a balance, especially if you're a founder owner, there is a balance there between two.
Hi, I just want to ask a quick question about LinkedIn. You talked about LinkedIn a lot. I
Yep.
have a company and I have a company page on LinkedIn, but I also have my personal profile.
Yes.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on the value of the company page on LinkedIn, because it doesn't seem to be doing a lot for me. I tend to post on my personal stuff. So can you just talk a little bit about the differences there?
Depends on how big your company is and whether you want your company to be bigger than just you as the individual. So the larger the company, the more benefit the company page is, because can be postings from all different areas, different divisions, different communications, versus you as the founder, I guess. You might have something a slightly different bent to that. So yeah, it just depends on the size of your business.
I'm very small.
You're small. So if you're small, it'd be most likely, yeah. So we only work in the area of personal branding. So I'm not about branding, like advertising on Facebook. But for me personally, I do use my Facebook as a attraction tool as well, so I'm going to post that I'm here. So people are going to see that I'm keynote speaking, and then that's going to hopefully have a knock-on effect. So the only downside of that is all of a sudden it's not a personal thing anymore. I don't put as many photos of my kids. I can't say stupid things. You can't take a picture of me running around, because it's more a business thing rather than a personal thing. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris. I'm one of the third that love you. I said I'm one of the third that love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
Where's my third? Thank you. That was amazing. I was furiously writing notes. It was really, really incredible. I think, one of the big takeouts from that is just be yourself.